everyone, welcome back to my channel Physio in Australia. I hope you are doing good. In today's video, I'm going to talk about English language proficiency test. So I will go through when you are required to go for this exam in going through a standard assessment pathway journey, and when it is a good idea to go for it, and etc. I will share my opinion that I would prefer to go with, and I hope it will be helpful to someone, and if you're interested then keep watching. So let's try and understand that when we are going through standard assessment pathway, when or if we require to submit the document related to language proficiency or not. So let's start by saying the first step you would do in standard assessment pathway is to apply for eligibility assessment. So you will be submitting documents related to your physiotherapy qualification. At this point, you are not required to submit any document related to language proficiency test. So if you are starting your journey to become a physiotherapist in Australia and want to take a first step by applying for eligibility assessment, at this point you do not have to worry about English proficiency test. So now let's talk about the second part of standard assessment pathway is interim certificate. So once you have interim certificate, you are eligible to apply for a limited registration. So if you are applying for limited registration, then you will have to have language proficiency test done. That means that English proficiency test would be one of the documents that you would be supplying to AHPRA while you apply for limited registration. So this is when you will require to complete the language proficiency test. But let's say that you are not going for limited registration and you just want to continue with your standard assessment pathway process, which is that once you get interim certificate, you want to prepare for your written exam and then complete written exam and then just go with clinical and etc. In that case, you will not require to have the language proficiency test done. So it depends on what you are wanting, what you are going through, and what is your journey, like are you going for limited registration or not. Depending on that, you can choose to go for this language proficiency test. So number one thing, when you apply for limited registration, you will require language proficiency test. And second thing, when you will require this test done is when you finally apply for general registration. So let's say that you start your journey today of standard assessment pathway. First of all, you went for eligibility assessment, then you got your interim certificate. Now you are preparing for your written exam, and once you complete it, then you will go for your clinical exam. At the end of the clinical exam, when you have completed all the steps and you have successfully passed the clinical exam, then you will have to go for general registration. So at that point, when you apply for registration with AHPRA, you will require to have that language proficiency test done. So now my point, what I'm trying to say is that you do not need to hurry to complete the language proficiency test when you are not going for limited registration. So if you starting your journey today and you think that you will not go for limited registration, then you can wait for getting the test done. You can just prioritize your stuff, that to focus on completing written exam and clinical exam, and likewise. And once you are near to your clinical exam or you have completed it, at that time you can try and focus on going for this English language proficiency test.